The unemployment numbers unexpectedly dropped from to 5.8, and the Biden administration is saying September seems like a good time to sunset the extended UI benefits. Now, obviously, there's enough money in the till as the dwindling numbers of people on unemployment insurance move into extensions where they haven't activated what they got, because not everybody, by the way, is taking their UI right now. And in some of the states that have gotten extensions, even though the extra benefits extend through there, you got more money in that UI account. So a lot of people, if they lose their job or transition over the summer or what have you, they'll have more into the fall and into Christmas protecting them. So it will kind of boost Black Friday, all that kind of stuff. There's a lot of, Fed finagling behind the background. But the federal unemployment benefits that, like obviously Republican states are cutting these at a high rate because they're of the belief that it is making people lazy.
Is it making people? It's making your voters lazy, if it's anyone.
Yeah, obviously we'll get into some of the why the Republicans seem to need to fight back against things like infrastructure and even make it. I feel a little silly saying why the Republicans make something like infrastructure even partisan, but they made masks partisan. I mean, we'll talk about some of the Fauci emails as well. I don't know if you caught any of that hilarity.
Yeah.
But in a desperate attempt to, wrest the party from Donald Trump, Rand Paul is throwing himself in front of every COVID bus he possibly can. And this is, by the way, this is from the article we were talking about right before the break, and from the New York Times with Maggie Haberman and Annie Carney. Let's see. Donald Trump, the former president of the United States, commutes to New York City from his New Jersey golf club to work out of his office in Trump Tower at least once a week, slipping in and out of Manhattan without attracting much attention, or quite frankly, deserving it. These are all my asides. The place isn't as he left it. Many of his longtime employees are gone, so are most of the family members who once worked there with him, and some of the fixtures of the place, like his former lawyer Michael D. Cohen, who have since turned on him. Mr. Trump works there mostly alone with 2 assistants and a few body men. Yeah. I mean, this is the book, folks. And remember when I was kind of joking about him Howard Hughesing himself after the election?
Right.
I'm just
It's
saying.
no joke anymore.
No, it isn't. So his political operation has also dwindled to a ragtag team of former advisors who are still on his payroll, reminiscent of the bare bones cast of characters that helped lift a political neophyte to his unlikely victory in 2016. Most of them go days or weeks without interacting with Mr. Trump in person. That certainly makes work easier, I suppose. But as he heads to the North Carolina Republican Convention on Saturday night in what is billed as the resumption of rallies and speeches, Mr. Trump is both a diminished figure and an oversized presence in American life, with a remarkable and many say dangerous hold on his party. Even without his favored megaphones and the trappings of office, Mr. Trump looms over the political landscape, animated by the lie that he won the 2020 election and his own fury over his defeat. And unlike others with a grievance, he's been able to impose his anger and preferred vision of reality on a substantial slice of the American electorate, with the potential to influence the nation's politics and weaken faith in its elections for years to come. Again, I don't have a problem with this. Ophelia Payne, thank you for the super chat. I would like to say to maggots, Trumpsters, Republicans out there, unlike your current hero and former president, I guess current president because you still believe he is, I want you to vote. I do. I want you to trust that your vote counts. I want you to be participating in our elections. I want everybody in this country to vote every election. It's meaningful. It matters. You want to make your choices like an adult. You want to pick the best possible choice in front of you instead of going lesser of two evils. I don't care. Flip a coin. Like you treat it like the adult decision it is. Treat it like you have the choice to put your child into a car driven by one of two people. Make that decision wisely, right? So thank you, Lauren. I need you to know that even though I detest some of your political ideas, and I am horrified at your justification for some of those ideas, and I also don't believe that your plans, when they are even, I guess, dreamt up within the think tanks that like you believe in, like Heritage Foundation and Koch brothers and all that kind of stuff. Not only do I think they're awful, but I also think they wouldn't work the way you wanted them to, even if they weren't awful. They're ineffective. They create more problems. You're bad at governing. You don't want to do it. I don't even know why you run. Most Republicans run like, government can't do anything right. Elect me so I can prove it.
Yeah.
It's the weirdest sales pitch in the world. Lupe says that there's 22 QAnon people running for Congress in their area. Yeah. Well, unless Trump can motivate his base to come out and support those folks, they haven't got a shot. And those are the very people Trump is turning away. Let's see. And unlike others, still blocked from Twitter and Facebook. Even after the article's written. He's struggled to find a way to influence news coverage since leaving office and promote the fabrication of the 2020 election was stolen from him. Some party leaders, like Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell, are pretending he doesn't exist anymore while being deferential when Mr. Trump cannot be ignored. So they basically just go, I object. But I think, we're going to block everything that Biden does, but that's opposite of what Trump would do. Others, like Rick Scott of Florida, have tried to curry favor by presenting Mr. Trump with made-up awards to flatter his ego. That was the bowl that he brought him, and keep him engaged in helping Senate Republicans recapture a majority.
The bowl.
Oh, yeah, they gave him a candy dish. I don't know, in case he decides to do Miss Teen USA again. And barf. Michael Beschloss, who we love, and many people know him on MSNBC as a presidential historian, said Trump had defied the model of ex-presidents who lose an election and tend to fade away, and the experience of Richard Nixon, who was treated like a pariah in the way Trump has managed to avoid. I mean, he lives in a different era too, because social media is such that everybody exists, and we spend so much time. The most worrisome aspect, I would say, of social media, and this happens to both sides of the aisle, is the odd need to rehab awful people constantly, but destroy imperfect good people because of minor shifts. We'll talk about that on the other side of the break. But tonight's going to be hilarious. I have no doubt. I will more than likely stream it on Monday. We got to take a break. We'll be back right after this.